Right, everybody. I think we've done a long enough introduction. Even my character went AFK there. Right, everybody. And for those that will be joining me later on the YouTube, welcome to my official BlizzCon trip
Hooray!
vlog.
Good news,
And
everyone!
with that, Cuslux, thank you very, very much for either the continued support or subscribing. I don't really see it pop up in the chat room. But it did remind me to turn off notifications so we don't get interrupted like that. But thank you very much. Can we get some love in the chat room, everybody? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, to join me here. Thank you very much. You might wonder why is your voice so bad. I just literally got back from my vacation in LA. The whole BlizzCon trip. And I wanted to make a little vlog about my experience at the con. For those that are here to hear me discuss the information given during BlizzCon, to discuss the artifacts and Shadow Priests and the lore and the cinematics and the Warcraft movie cinematic, I'm not gonna do that today because, as you might understand, I didn't catch all the information while I was there. I was actually on a holiday, and my plan is today I'm gonna do this vlog. Then today I'm gonna do this vlog. Then tomorrow I'm gonna take some time to, recover and get my voice back and, listen up on all the vlogs and the con things that I missed out on. Get the information. And I'm still debating if I'm gonna go into the nitty-gritty of it, because a lot of people have been doing vlogs and coverage while I was gone. And I wonder how much merit it still has. Now that said, I think I will do the cinematic. I think I will do the Warcraft cinematic. Maybe a bit of information that I'm like, oh, that's really cool to talk about. And then I believe, if my schedule is right, coming Sunday I'll be on the Finalboss TV podcast. And we'll probably talk about all things BlizzCon related that we found out there. So if you're here and you're like, oh yeah, I want to know what BlizzCon was like, I want to know what your trip was like, then by all means sit down and enjoy. And if you're like, no, screw that, I don't care about your trip, I just want to know the lore information, and come back at a later time, and I'm sure we'll get through it. So I actually, like I mentioned at the start, I just got back, right? I am now on like 27 hours awake. I literally just got like an hour or two off of the plane. The taxi brought me home, and I figured I wanted to do this as soon as possible, because as you might imagine, memory doesn't stick that long. You forget certain things. I'm sure that I'll forget some names, some people, some whatever. So if I do, I'm very sorry, but I'm gonna try my very best to give you like an understanding of what the trip was like. So ladies and gentlemen to YouTube, and ladies and gentlemen of the chat room, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? I can go so deep right now. I hope so. Yup. Olana's like, yup, I'm ready. No, we're not. Alrighty. So let me talk about my trip, everybody. Right. The trip started, it all started once upon a time in the great good old Netherlands, where I got together with my good friend Peculia, who has been my graphic artist for a very long time. We got together and we went to Heathrow in London, or near London, whatever, in England. And we met up with the Fatboss boys, Alex and Los from Fatboss TV, and I've always had like a couple of chats with them, like a lot of chats with them, but it's always tricky. When you meet somebody from the internet in real life, you always don't really know how it goes. But these two guys, the whole group system, I could not have hoped for and I could not have wished for a better traveling party. They are incredible. Good lads, so much fun. They made my entire week basically. So we met up, we went to a local pub, and we had, we had a few beers, we had a hamburger, and I wanted the second hamburger, I'm a big guy, I eat a lot, I like a second hamburger, it's the funniest thing, man. So we're sitting there with the beers, right, and the hamburgers, everybody's like, oh, I'm so full. And I was like, well, I could go for a second burger. So the waitress comes up, and I tell the waitress, Miss, I would love a second burger. And she comes up to me and she's like, are you sure? Like, yeah. Are you really sure you want a second burger? Like, yeah, I want a second burger. Please, can I get a second burger? And she was like, she went off. And I've never had a waitress before that questioned an order. That was like, you know, if that's a good thing for you, I'm not sure if you should do like a second burger. Funniest thing is though, at the end of the night, I never received my second burger. She just either forgot, or she was like, nope, he's not getting a second burger. Nope. So we spent some time there. We had a couple of beers. Paku and me, we went back to the hotel. Alex and Los went back to their house. And the next morning, woke up bright and early. We went to the airport and we had to go and fly to America. I know, right? I know. The fucking burger story. I know it's the funniest thing. I want to go back there and get my burger now. So we went flying there, and honestly the flight itself, it wasn't too bad. Like, we had nice leg room. We actually paid for a little bit more leg room. But the flight is long. We had like an hour or two delay. But inside the airplane, right? No, outside we had 1 hour, and then inside it took like another half hour or an hour. And they didn't have like any ventilator, so it got really hot. People were like really pissed. Whatever. Eventually we took off, and it just took a very long time to get there. So we watched some movies, we chatted it up, we had a bit of fun. And we got there. We arrived there, what day did we arrive there? Late on Wednesday. Yeah, we arrived there late on Wednesday. We checked into the hotel. Very nice hotel. I got like a balcony, we got like a swimming pool, very nice hotel. We went out, we got like a pizza. My very first experience in America ordering food. My very first experience ordering food. I swear to Frau, I swear. We go to the pizza place, right? Like I just mentioned, I'm a big boy. I can eat proper. So I go up to the counter and I'm like, I would like a medium pizza, please. With medium soda. America does not do medium unless you specifically... No, they just don't do medium. Medium there is large over here. And if you've seen the picture on Twitter, it was a gigantic pizza and a gigantic gulp of soda. So I ate like 2 or 3 slices and I was like, oh my god, I'm not gonna finish this. Was it horrible? It was a good... No, I wouldn't say it was a good pizza, but it wasn't a bad pizza either. You know, it was pizza. What can you say about pizza? Pizza is never really bad. But it was just gigantic. It was the funniest thing. And whenever we would go out for coffee or something like that, I only learned this later. Like when you go up to the counter and you ask for a cup of coffee, they only give you 2 options. They either go medium or large. You have to specifically ask for a small one, and even then, you just have to get freaking lucky to get a small one if they have it. Otherwise, you're stuck with a medium, which is like this size. I'm like, I can't finish this much coffee. I'll be on the can all day. The size thing, man, was just mind-blowing. So when we arrived there, you know, we got a little pizza. We walked around the area, and we checked out the con area before it was packed. And we saw like this one guy sitting at the entrance with a chair. So I told the group, like, guys, there's somebody sitting there with a chair. Like, why? Why would you do such a thing? Little did I know that next day, when we arrived to pick up the tickets to go to the con, there was a line. It's very hard to explain. I took some footage, which we'll edit later on into the vlog. But the line was like... all over from the start of the building to the courtyard just to pick up your tickets. And this was like 9 in the morning, so we were looking at each other like, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna stand in the baking sun waiting in line, or are we just gonna wait and see if this all clears up? So we went to Starbucks, we got like a cup of coffee, we chilled out there, and then eventually the line started moving, and the moving was actually pretty quick. It cleared up really, really quick. Thankfully we got like media passes from Blizzard, so we could like... The main line was just for everyone, and eventually it split up, right? So once it split up, like a media pass, you could skip all the queues. The queues were freaking bizarre, man, all day long. So we got the tickets, I came outside, and like I mentioned at the start, I'm gonna forget a few people that I've met. I'm very, very sorry, but those that do spring to mind, I'll definitely mention you. So we went outside, and we met up with Wemo. Wemo is the guy that did like my outro screen for the YouTube videos. I also met somebody, that was the funniest thing, man. Like, I don't get recognized here, ever. Funniest thing, I walk up there to get my tickets, and some guy in the line was like, hey, Naba, can I take a picture? I'm like, yeah, you can take a picture. So I grabbed him, and we're like, yeah, picture time. It was so mind-blowing that I didn't even shake his hand, or I asked his name. I was like, picture. It was so funny to actually be recognized about something. So fucking cool. So yeah, we picked up the tickets. Then later on we went for some food and for some drinks and, you know, just generally chill out. And at night we had like the pre-parties, right? Because they now do pre-parties. There were two main pre-parties that I know of. There was Con Before the Storm and there was the Wowhead party. So what I decided to go to first was the Calm Before the Storm, and then later I would go to the Wowhead party. So I went to Calm Before the Storm, and I met up with Bay from Finalboss. I met up with Brutal. You might have watched Brutal's streams, and I always thought that Brutal was just like a showman, right? Like Brutal put up a show. He is like that in real life, and I was mind blown by that fact. He's such a nice guy. Bay as well. I met up with Tia, I met up with Derry, I met up with the lovely Silver Latomi. And for those that don't know, I've been freaking fangirling over Silver Latomi for years. So for me that was quite the adventure, like, Latomi, hi! I met with a couple of fans there as well. And someone from Wowpedia, I think, or Wowhead, and like I said, there are so many impressions, I'll get back to that later. So that was really cool, right? You get to meet up with people that you work with for years and just to, you know, just to shake hands and say hi, Mrs. Brutal as well. So that was so cool. So after that was done, like we hang around there for a little bit, I actually took over Bay's table because, you know, he was late. He actually brought us all gifts. He had like a beautiful badge made by Frenon. And, oh, I also met Frenon earlier that day. Like, Frenon is the beautiful artist that made my tattoo. Like, my WoW tattoo, she designed it. And I actually met her earlier that day when she was handing out badges. So when later at night, Bay came up with the badges, I was like, wow, that's cool. I didn't even see these at Frenon's table. And it looks so cool. I don't have my gear up in here, otherwise... I don't have my gear up in here. Otherwise, I would have showed you. But it was just beautiful. So, yeah, we did the Calm Before the Storm thing, and then we head over to the Wowhead party, and for the Wowhead party we had like organized VIP access, because Straight Jet contacted me, Panzer contacted me like, would you like, you know, to sign up for VIP access? I was like, sure, fine, that's gonna be cool. So again, we could skip the lines, but the bar situation during the Wowhead party was just, you know, it was a situation. There were lines there, man. You won't freaking believe. There was a line in the VIP area. There was a line there and there and there. Everywhere there were lines. So at some point we met up with Jonathan LeCroft. Alex and Los already met up with Jonathan. And Jonathan LeCroft is like the guy that wrote out the steamy romance novels. The story of Marcus that we did. Really, really cool guy. Also met up with Dave Kozak. And we stood there in line and we were like, you know, the line is not moving. Are we sure this is a line for the bar? And I was like, you know what? I'll just go up there. I'll go see if this is actually a line to the bar. I go up there and I run into Reese, which is, you know, a long time acquaintance of mine from the internet. I was like, hey Reese, how you doing? And don't tell anyone this. And I was like, you know what? There's a little gap in the line. Reese, if you and your party just move with me, it'll just blend in. Rogue style. And it worked. You know, I just blend in. But the thing is, the rest of my party was still back there, waiting for me to come back. So I come up to the bar, with my little wristband. I'm like, can I have 5 beers, please, for the party? And he was like, nope, can't do that. I can't serve one person 5 beers. You have to go each and every go. And I was like, oh, come on, please. I don't want to go back to the queue. And he was looking at me and he was like, okay, fine. If you just bring your friends up in here, then I'll quickly give you your 5 beers and it's good. It's like, ace, bring them back here. Go back to the party. Go back to the group, bring it back to the line. I'm like, guys, we're gonna get some beers. But the guy standing in line did not approve. He was like, what the fuck you doing? Get the fuck back in line, man. And I was like, dude, I was just in line. No, you get the fuck back in line. I was like, dude, just get me a few beers and I'll be out of here. You can have your drink. Get the fuck back in line. I was like, oh, damn. Alright, well, guess we're gonna go down. Thankfully, we got like a few beers. We were like, okay, get the fuck out of here. Because the entire line was looking at us like, you scumbags. You scumbags. We're like, sorry. So we got our one beer. And we're back to the party. And I met up with, I think that was the night that I met up with Katsuki. I know that it was the night that I met up with the DD Guides. If you don't know the DD Guides from way back when, he still did World of Warcraft. Now he does top 10 videos. He's like, he's gigantic. But the thing is, DD stayed the same, and I love that about him. He is so open-hearted, he is so fun, and I had a great time just sitting down with him, actually meeting him face to face. We got to use their toilets, because they actually had a room in the Hilton, so we got to take a little tinkle there. We met as group, it was a lot of fun, and you know, the night went on. So eventually it came to the point. Sorry, I need to take a sip. Yeah, Danger Donald went to Blizzcon, man. So eventually it came to the point, like, Trade Chat asked me, do you want to get VIP access and would you want to be on the Wowhead stream? I was like, sure, you know, you do me a solid, I'll do you a solid, I'll be on the Wowhead stream. And she asked me, like, what time slot do you want? And I said, you know, 10 o'clock late at night, we were already planning, like, going late to the Wowhead party. So, you know, I was like, 10 o'clock, that's fine. So we go up there, Tauli just finishes his thing, so Tauli comes down, we say hi to Tauli, also great guy to meet up with. And I stand there, and I'm like, waiting. You know, I'm looking at the clock, I'm like, I need to piss like a fucking horse at this point. And I'm looking at the clock, it's like 10:15. Like, is this gonna happen? So I grab Peculia. Peculia is like the other Wowhead face on their stream. And I asked Peculia, what's up? So apparently what happened was, the night had been hectic. They lost like their schedule, certain people didn't show up, and I can imagine that, right? No hatred here on this part. I can completely imagine that organizing such a party is a very big thing. So I wasn't too salty about losing my slot because I saw Crendor there. I was like to Peculia, like, hey, I know that guy. I mean, if you want, I could just slide in and I'll do it together with Crendor. You know, we can be like fishing together. It's gonna be great. But that was not gonna be an option. So eventually Peculia came up with the idea like they needed to close off the stream. And I would be the one to close the stream. And I was like, nah, Perk, that's fine. You know, I need to go anyways. I need to pee. It's fine, no hard feelings. And then later out, I tweeted out like, "Aw, Trade Chat stood me up at prom," and she was like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, you know, it's perfectly fine. I don't really care. It was not for me to get on the stream. It was more as a thank you to Wowhead for doing me a solid to get VIP party, right? So that was the first night. So we went back home, and we got a few beers, and we had our own little party because the alcohol situation was at a low. Like I said, there were lots of lines. I didn't want to get into a fight again. So we went back to the room. This is a reoccurring theme, by the way. And, you know, we sat on the balcony, had a few beers and a good laugh. It was great. Was that also the night that you came back, by the way, Latomi? Or was that later on? Anyways, at some point, Silver Latomi also joined us. Moving on to the next day. So Friday, we had the opening ceremony, right? And right at the get-go, there was this huge, massive line of people. I met up with Q as well. Yeah, Hugshot. I met Kelric as well. I just don't remember which day it was. I don't know if she came back. Oh yeah, that was the day that she came back. That was during the day. Kelric, we actually met up with her. The thing is, I'm sorry, we're gonna go back one day. The day that we picked up the tickets, Kelric actually messaged us like, yo guys, I saw you guys in line. And we're like, why didn't you shout out? We were actually looking for you. So later on, we like ran into her again, or we met up again. And Kelric and Mac, the sweetest people ever, man. They came back to the hotel, and we're like, how was your travels? Had a few beers. And, you know, we hung out a little bit more during the con, and it's just, oh, she stole my heart, man. Mac as well. Such amazing people. Really, really cool. So we met up with Kel, and I was actually going to talk about it later, Hugshop, or whatever. Kel was also part of the whole thing. So then the opening ceremony, lots of people, lots of lines, but thankfully, you know, we had the press passes, so we could skip the line, we could get to our seats, and it was, you know, the media area was already full. So we took our seats in like the regular section, but we was, you were still allowed to go in there first. And I was sitting there looking around, having a good time. Like, I love watching people, I love watching crowds. And all of a sudden, you noticed that the doors were open. People were literally running to get to seats. Running. And I was like, I gotta get my camera out now, man. This is gonna be great. So I was like, what the frick's going on outside? There was such a massive amount of people that were there. I was like, I do not want to stand in such a line and just run with people and be scared that you get trampled. That's a freaking scary thought. And for the opening ceremony to get like good seats, there was like a media screen there, and even we were there at the very start. And we had, there was a guy in front of us with like a camera up, which I will never understand, to be honest. You go to freaking Blizzcon, I can understand that you want to record the experience, but get your camera like that on the panel? I'm like, you could do that back home. Like, you got the VOD, why do you need to do it like that? So I tapped him on the shoulder, like, can you put it a little bit down, so, I can actually see what's going on. So that worked for a little bit, but then eventually, like, this guy with this massive shoulder camera just stood there, and you couldn't see fuck all, man. You could hear it, but you couldn't see fuck all during the opening ceremony. But the information was fun. Like I said, I'm not going to dive into the information. But it was fun for me to experience the crowd that was sitting there and just see all the people like, hi everybody. And all along, just a general theme, I met up with a lot of fans. So yeah, the view was crap. So once we did the opening ceremony, we quickly popped outside, popped back in again, and we did the second panel, where they did like the world and content overview panel, which was interesting. By that time, nearly the entire media area had cleared out, nearly the entire con had cleared out, because everybody was like, okay, gotta go to the toilet, gotta get some food, whatever. And I think that was the day that I met up with Krendor. I'm not exactly sure if it was on the first day or the second day, like I said, you have to forgive me. But anyways, I was sitting there, I was in the panel, and I look over into the media box, and to the left of me, I see the most familiar bit of hair. And I tweet to Krendor like, I love staring at the back of your head, man. That looks really, really good. He's like, oh, you're sitting here, where are you? So I was like, right behind you, man. So when the panel was over, he turned around, like, hey, Noble. So I got to, say hi to Krendor finally in real life. Really chill guy, exactly as he is on the internet. So we hang out for like a little bit, because my traveling party already moved out. They had to pop out quickly, they wanted to move on. But Krendor was kind enough to be like, hey, you want to meet Jesse? I was like, yeah, I want to meet Jesse. So I quickly got to shake hands with Jesse Cox. He literally said one word to me, which was sup. And then like a couple of fans back him also called him out. And Jesse, you gotta see it, man. It's like a freaking experience. That man loves his fans. Honestly, he takes the proper time for it, and he's very warm and open. But by that point, I had to move on. I had to go with the crew. The traveling party that you're going with. I would have loved to stay and chat with Jesse. I actually messaged him about that later, and I was hoping that we would later catch up again. Didn't happen, unfortunately. But got to shake his hand, and I got to meet Krendor and take a picture. So it was all good. It was all good. So I went with the party. And I think we took like a little break. We all had to pee, and we all had to go to the toilet and grab some food in, and we went back to the con. And we ended up in the media panel, or in the media gaming area, right? They got like this special section area. You got the general area where you can play the beta, and you got the media area. So they got like Legion beta set up, Hearthstone beta set up, you got Overwatch beta set up, StarCraft beta set up, and there was literally no line for Legion beta, which was really, really surprising to me. All the people were standing in line for Overwatch beta. And I can understand that that's like the new thing, like the new hot game. But I was like, this is Legion beta. This is Legion beta. Okay, you guys don't want it. I'll sit down. So we got to play the starting area. And yeah, that was really cool. Terran! Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't get to that piece yet. But trust me, you want to shower Terran with love for what's coming up. So please, by all means, can we shower Terran with some love? Just everybody, go nuts, spam love, please. Anywho, we got to play the Legion beta, right? And I had a lot of fun with the beta. Like I said, not gonna go in it, but we'll see. We'll go later into the nitty-gritty of it all. And then at night, we had the Curse Party, which Alex and Loss are partnered with, and thankfully they There we go. And thankfully they hooked us up with VIP access. And the curse party was actually really good at the start. Because the curse party, what they did, they had like a waiter, right? So we were sitting there in the VIP area on stage with the couches. The waiter was constantly coming back. What do you want to drink? Bacardi Coke. Bacardi Coke nearly finished. What do you want to drink? Take a Bacardi Coke. What do you want to drink? Take a Bacardi Coke. It was really cool. That's where I met with a lot of people. I met, did I meet Nixium earlier? Or did I meet him at the party? I think I met him at the curse party, but it could have been earlier. So I met up with Nixium. I met up with Brutal again. I met up with, you know, the entire party. I met up with, I don't know if that was Trekkie that I saw there, but I met up with Trekkie from Method. So I met up with like a, not Trekkie from Method, no. I met up with Trekkie. And I met up with a lot of people. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names and all that good stuff. But the party was really good at the start. But eventually, like, the party started to fill up. There was a line at the bar again. And we were like, you know, it's fun and all, but we can't really talk here. Because, as you can hear my voice, we had a lot of trouble talking over the music, right? That's why my voice is shattered. So, you know, we decided, you know what? Just gonna have a little after party again. So we had a little after party at the hotel again, which was great fun. We sat at the pool, had a couple of beers, we chatted out. It was a lot of great fun. So on Saturday, that was the second Blizzcon day. We, yeah, I know, guys, I know, I fucked up there. Never mind, like I said. Yeah, voice is still shot, I know. So the next day, we got like the second day of Blizzcon. And we decided to sleep in because the panel was later on. But we really wanted to see the whole artifact panel. And that's where I met up with Lucia. I met up Elvine earlier, but he came sit down with us. And we saw the whole game systems panel. It was a lot of fun. And a lot of people tweeted out like, did you get to the Q&A? Did you get to ask a question? What did you do? And I was like, no. Because it was my understanding that the questions were going to be pre-sent in. Because what I heard, and I don't know if I misheard or not, but at the end of the panel, they said like Q&A's up with pre-sending questions. And I was like, okay, well, I can watch pre-sending questions later on. You know, I can watch it on the VOD. But apparently, there was actually a line where you could ask questions. And I'm like, damn it. But still worth it though, because you know, Brutal, I actually got to meet up with Brutal. We've been talking about doing tacos together for years. So instead of going to the panel, I went with Brutal to Taco Bell, and Silver Latomi joined us as well. We had some nice tacos, we had a good time, we finally made that dream come true. And then later that night we had, I met up with the group again, and we were like sitting outside, we were deciding what to do. Met up with a few more people, Keijen I think that night was. And I saw Rishi again that night. I saw Kajun's husband as well. Kajun's, yeah, that's the name. I saw like a lot of people. Like I said, if I forget anything, please by all means forgive me. So then we went to the Hilton. Like the Hilton gave the best after party. That's the main thing, right? When people ask you, should I go to BlizzCon? I'm gonna make this point right now. When you ask people, what was your best experience at BlizzCon? 9 out of 10 will tell you meeting up with people. You don't go to the con for information, because like you might have noticed, you get a shitty view, or you might not catch everything, or you can do that on the VOD. You go there because you can meet up with guildies, or friends, or people on the internet, or if you're a content creator like me, with like, you know, your fans and all that good stuff. Oh, I actually forgot to mention. I'm gonna get back to that. So that's why, you know, that's the reason for going to the con. I wouldn't go by myself. I would have a travel party, and I wouldn't go there just to get the information. I think that's a little bit too expensive. But if you got people to meet up with, if you want to find a community that just nerds out like mother duckers, then by all means go to BlizzCon. Because what I forgot to mention of day 2 is we actually decided to sit down at the Dark Moon Fair and have a little meetup with the fans. We tweeted out like Fatboss and Noble, we're gonna be here and here, like next to the Orc statue at the Dark Moon Fair. And so many people showed up. And so many people looked at me like, are you Noble? Yeah, I'm Noble. Let me shake your hand, man. Let me take a picture. What you doing? What you doing? And it was so much fun to meet people. By day 2, I was shattered, man. I had very little sleep after night. But those people gave me such a boost. It was freaking incredible. We also met up with Celestalon, Ian Hasekostas showed up, and that's the cool part, right? How many, like the developers, can you imagine how busy, and the community managers, can you imagine how busy those BlizzCon days are? Can you imagine how many things they need to do? But when you approach them respectfully and you ask them a question, they will take the time for you, and it's... Oh man, that was so heartwarming to see that actually there's a company that brings us all together. So it was so much fun. I also met, there's a Chromie cosplayer. I don't remember her name, but I fucking adore her. She was the cutest. Oh man. I was like, I want to take you home. That was like the most beautiful cosplay, but there was a lot of good cosplayers there. Also met her with that. And yeah, like I said, after the whole meetup, we went back to the hotel. We did like hot dogs and Little Sparks. Thank you, thank you very much, Little Sparks. Like I said, I'm terrible with names. So we did the whole Hilton after party where I met up with Cavo and another bunch of people. But like I said, that's why I made the whole point of go there, because you want to meet people. The Hilton party, in my opinion, was the best party. Why? No lines at the bar, and people could just do whatever the frick they want. And what ends up happening is people mix and mingle. They see their favorite content creators, they see their favorite guild members, they see their favorite friends. They got lots of drinks, lots of talking happening. Music not too loud, we were like in the chill area, and it was so much fun. The Hilton was probably, in my opinion, like the best party that I went to. Because it was just, you know, created by people themselves. It was so much fun. So we hang out there for a little bit. And, you know, we went back to the hotel again. Did Celtic join us? I think so. I think Celtic joined us for some after drinks. Yeah, because I had to organize the entire thing. But, oh, I almost forgot. That was the night that I met the one and only Terran Gregory. And Terran has stolen my little nerdy heart, man. I mean, I've shaken Chris Metzen's hand. I've shaken Jonathan Lacroix's hand. I've shaken a lot of hands. But Terran, if you can meet one developer over at Blizzard and you're into the lore like me, go meet up with Terran, because he's the guy that makes the cinematics like the Ravgate and all that good shit, right? If there's anybody that can get you pumped for what's to come, if there's anybody that can get your energy going, it's freaking Terran, man. Oh, I had such a good time. Such a good time because of that. So that was really, really cool. So I met with Sarah, met up with a whole lot of people. Oh, I also met up with Sloopbag during BlizzCon as well. Sloopbag is really cool. So, Sloopbag is fucking awesome, man. Just want to put that in. Like I said, I met so many people. Did I mention I shook Chris Metzen's hand? Like I did. A picture of it. And that was another cool thing. Like, Chris Metzen is like the big boss of the company, and we could tell at the time that we approached him that he had to go, that he was going somewhere, but he still was respectable about it. He still took the time to just, you know, stand with us, take a quick picture, and we're like, thank you, sir. Like, you know, it was all cool, it was all nice, all chill. So we did Hilton after party. A couple of people went back to the hotel with us. We had a couple of drinks, and the next day we could just relax. You know, we had a very relaxing day. I think we went to the shops that day, and we just quickly got a bite to eat on Sunday. And then later, like, it's after the con, right? So you expect everybody to be away. But there are still a few people that I would have loved to spend more time with, and I would love to meet up with. But Chinglish tweeted out that he was still in the Hilton, and I would have loved to meet Chinglish. So I was like, Peculia actually pointed it out. And I was like, fuck yeah, let's go to the Hilton, man. Let's have a little party there. So I met up with Chilton, Chinglish, Chinglish, Mrs. Chinglish, a whole bunch of people again. Elvan was there as well. And we just had a general good time, you know, a couple of drinks. Then we went back to the hotel for a little after drinker. It was good fun, as far as I remember. Jesus, it's been a long day, everybody. It's been a very, very long day. and Little Sparks was so much fun. But then, you might think, can it get any better? You might think, what could possibly top this experience from meeting people like Chris Metzen, Taron Gregory, my own fans that just took the time to come up to me and say like, I like your ship. Blizzcon itself, playing beta. What could top this experience? What didn't top it? But it was up there, man. It elevated it. We got to do a Blizzard headquarters tour. And Taron actually got us in together with Bay. They like got that all together. And Taron took us on a tour during through Blizzard headquarters. And wow. Like, wow. From the moment you arrive there on freaking like Blizzard Street or Blizzard Avenue, they have like a street named after them. Then they open up the gates and it feels like you're entering the Charlie and like you're Charlie in the chocolate factory, right? It's like you get to enter the chocolate factory and you get to get a little peek behind the screens. So we went there and we did the whole tour thing. We got to see like artwork and we got to meet developers, people working there. We got to chat with them. And there was one moment, like I could go on for hours about Blizzard headquarters, and I don't know if I don't know if I can like tell everything. But there was one moment that I do want to share, which is Taron introduced me, and he's like, Noble, this is Noble. He makes the lore videos for YouTube. And the guys from Blizzard, you won't believe this, and I'm gonna let this sink in. The people from Blizzard said, oh yeah, we know that guy. We watch his videos. I was like, what? You guys actually watch my shit and you remember my shit? Like, what? I was almost shaking at that point. I was like, wow, that is so cool. That is so cool. And I got to like, you know, meet up with people and talk around a little bit. And like I said, Taron, I told you during the tour, man, I can never thank you enough for those moments. And I love to geek out with you, and I love to it reminds of all the stuff when we need reminding, right? And I like the picture outside, like your inner geek. It's just, I got to freaking climb into the statue. You know that statue that they have outside of headquarters? I was hanging on the tail for the picture. I was like, I'm gonna take this home. Oh, it was just... On that day, his little lore heart grew 5 sizes. It was just... wow. And to top it off, we got together with Coffee Bird and like a whole bunch of friendly people, awesome people. One name that stood out for me was like Murloc Queen. She bakes the most delicious cookies. But a whole lot of people were there. And we went together for Korean barbecue. Like, it was a big table. And lots of foods were being cooked. And people were eating and chatting. And we were trying out spicy soup. I had never done a Korean barbecue before, right? Like we do, in the Netherlands we do gourmette. Which is pretty much the same principle. Only we do it on a hot stone instead of like a fire pit. And you have kind of like different dishes. But the basic principle is there. So we did the whole Korean barbecue thing, which was delicious. And at some point, you know, we were knackered. We just had like fucking Blizzard headquarters tour. So we went back, and you know, not surprising, we had a few drinks. And then it was Tuesday, which we took for a relaxing day. We simply went out. We went out for shopping. We went out for a little bit of food. We went to a place called Fire and Ice, which is like, this is a restaurant where you get like a whole lineup, a buffet of ingredients you can toss together. You pick up a bowl, toss some food in there, you give it to the chef, and he prepares it in front of you. Really cool concept. But the thing was, it was getting more crowded and crowded. So and we were getting full, you know. After 3 or 4 meals, we were like full. So, you know, we were like, okay, cool, we're done here. So we went back to the hotel, had a few drinks, not too many though. Like, I behaved. I'm gonna say I behaved on that night. We also played a bit of poker. which was amazing. But I behaved that night, you know. We had to get up and travel the next day. And then it was this morning for me. And the dream came to an end. The holiday was over. We had to pack up. We had to check out. We had to get into a cab. I don't know if I want to tell the cab story, but I'm gonna tell the cab story. And before I tell the cab story, I have nothing against religious people, but this is just too fucking funny. So we sit in the cab, right? The cab pulls up, gets us out. And about halfway through the drive, the cab man tells us, the taxi driver, the cab, who can make the sun shine? The cab man can. So the taxi driver asked us, like, can I turn on the radio? It's my favorite show. Can I turn on the radio? And Peculia, Peculia is really into music. And she didn't really hear him right. She thought he was gonna turn on a music channel. She was like, yeah, crank that up, man. I want to hear some music. Little did we know that this man was gonna turn on a Christian broadcast channel, and not like choir music, not like reading from the Bible. No, these were people that were gonna call in and give opinions about something. You want an example of why this is so freaking funny? There was one lady that called in, and she was like, yeah, Barack Obama was like, became president with putting his hand on the Quran. And I'm like, and the guy on the radio like asked her, like, do you have any proof of this? No, I don't. And the guy on the radio was like, yeah, I've heard the story many times before, so if you have any proof of this, please call in. And I was like, what happened? Why did this show turn on? And like I said, no problem at all with religion, because religion can be incredibly powerful and beautiful. But this guy, the taxi driver, started to try and convert us. And I was like, dude, there's a time and place for everything. And just 4 random tourists is not the time and place to start preaching. To start preaching about stuff. I was like, I want this car ride to end so bad. It was so bad. Anywho, we got out of the cab and we went to the airport. And, you know, we checked our bags. And you know, we went on the plane. And back home, thankfully, it was like a lot shorter, no delays. And back home always feels quicker, right? I had like a few hours of sleep. Well, not even. I had like an hour of sleep. Out of sleep on the plane. We arrived at Heathrow again. We had to say goodbye to the Finalboss boys. And we had to wait for our airplane back to the Netherlands. So that plane showed up. We had to grab a cab. Then I had to say goodbye to Paku. And now we're here. Now we're here. It's honestly been a week of a lifetime, everybody. Like, I had a feeling Blizzcon was gonna be good, but I had no idea it was gonna be this good. And most of the credit for that goes to Finalboss and Peculia. Because they just lifted my spirits, they made it so much fun. But also to, you know, every single one that I met. I don't want to single people out. Like, I'm trying to think real hard, like, did I meet anybody that I forgot to mention, because I would really feel bad if I did. But for all those fans out there that took the time to grab me and take like a picture with me. Luja, I mentioned that I met you, right, during the panel? I hope so. I met Luja as well. I met so many people, man, and it's been so late, like I said. But all those fans that took the time to come out and find us and take pictures and send me tweets, I will, at the end of this vlog, I will do like a little compilation. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a trip, honestly. I would honestly, as tired as I am right now, If you would tell me I could go back to Blizzcon right now, I would grab my suitcase and I'll gladly go another 24 hours. Gladly. Just to be there again. So like I mentioned mid-stream, I should have actually done it, or mid-vlog even. I should have actually done it at the end. But honestly, if you ever felt like, do I want to go to Blizzcon? My recommendation would be, if you're going to go, make sure that you're going to meet up with people. Or make sure that you have a good travel party. Don't go there for information from the con. You can get that perfectly fine at home. Because the people in the chat room right now that have been catching up with the whole panel thing, they are way more informed than I am right now. So that's my job for tomorrow. So don't go for information, but go for meeting people. If it's not your guildies, if it's not your friends, then go for content creators or the developers themselves. Because, oh man, it's been heartwarming. Like, what kind of company brings something like BlizzCon together, right? I forgot to mention Noxichu as well, and I forgot to mention Fabelina. Have I seen Fabelina? I don't know. I forgot to mention Nerdicide. I've met Quell Fabulous. Oh boy, I've met so many people. So like I said, if I missed out on you, if I didn't call you by name, then know that you still made a very good impression on me. And it's been incredible. So yeah, everybody. That's my story. Does anybody have like a question about the trip itself? Like, I can't go into details right now. I wish I could like lure out with you and go into details. But like I said, I need to... right, Picocentris? But I need to read up any information myself. And I don't know if I have that information. That's gonna be tomorrow. Oh, I will actually mention, as chat room might have questions for me, I'll actually mention what's gonna happen with the channel. I got Story of Ner'zhul ready for next week. I don't have a Hearthstone lore video this week yet. Might make one if my voice clears up, otherwise we'll have to wait. I'm gonna dive into the Legion information. I'll probably make like a cinematic response and a Warcraft cinematic response because I freaking love it. Did you see freaking Sylvanas and Varian? Wow. But that's probably gonna happen. I don't think I'll dive into the nitty-gritty of each and every artifact. I think Preacher did that. I won't dive into the nitty-gritty of everything. But I do have to read up, because coming Sunday I'll be on the Finalboss podcast. And we'll probably go there into the information. Taryn, thanks a lot for coming out, matey. Back to work for you. What about the t-shirt? What did I eat on the airplane to the USA and back home? On the way there we ate like... I ate chicken and rice, I think. And on the way back I ate... pasta. Touch my noble heart, right? So this t-shirt, right? Do you see it? Did you see it? This t-shirt was made by Paku for me. Now I can show you the back a little bit. Can I show you the back? Can I see it show proper? Can I show it? I don't know if I can. I hope you can see it proper. You see how cool that design is? I love that freaking design, right? I freaking love that design. So, you know, something that might come in the future. Just saying. Did I sleep well? Davos, I actually slept remarkably well. Like, I'm not a person that runs well on 8 hours of sleep. On less than 8 hours. But the entire trip, you know, you just run on it. Yeah, please do, Paku. Please do. Yeah, honorable mention for my Cenarius. I've seen your cosplay, Little Sparks of Cenarius. And information Achilles, like Warcraft trailer and all that, like the deep information, I'm gonna get back to you that one. I actually talked about that with Hiduno earlier on in the vlog. Will I stream tomorrow? Depends how I feel, Bezens, but probably I'll spend my time catching up on information, matey. Right, everybody. Oh, wow. We've actually been going on for nearly 1 hour. And to top that off with like the little compilation at the end of people that sent their pictures into me. And like pictures that I still want to add to the vlog. I'm gonna leave it at this. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed my little holiday talk. How many people are here? 689. Damn, everybody. There's like a full room. Like, how was your holiday? Let me get the slides. I'll show you my holiday. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed my tales of the con. Did I lose weight? Actually, John Q, I stayed about the same. Like, I weighed when I got back, but I also had to take like a big crap, so you know. Anyways, I'm gonna end this up. Ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube, thank you very much for joining me on this vlog. Right now, I'll end this video with a little compilation of the fans that tweeted me the pictures. I retweeted it, so hopefully you will enjoy that. As always, chat room, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed my little holiday story. And if you didn't catch it, you can catch the VOD on Twitch itself. Or check out the YouTube vlog later on, in which I'll actually add pictures to support the entire story.
Good morning, Peculia. Are you ready?
Almost.
I think the screen is really blurry, but doesn't matter. Look, we can zoom in. Oh, there we go. Hi, good morning. We're gonna go to Blizzcon today. Well, not today, tomorrow.
Yeah, I know, right?
Suitcases are packed. We're good to go. Look at my Nikes. So, hang on. Hang on, I can flip the screen. So, there we go. Oh my god, you nearly fell. Good morning, everybody. Oh my god, I'm looking at myself. This is horrible. I'm a sexy motherfucker, though. Morning, everybody. Today's the first day for the vlog. I don't vlog normally, but now I do. We're gonna travel to Heathrow. London Heathrow. Hopefully it's gonna work out. Kelrik's got a little bit of trouble with fog and shit, so hopefully for us it's not gonna be a problem.
She's not the only one either.
And she's not the only one either. I'm just informed. I hope it's not gonna be the case. But we got a backup plan. If the planes fail, then we're gonna take the train. Hopefully. But hopefully just, you know, it's gonna be late at night. Look at my eyes, by the way. Holy shit, I have not slept this morning. Hi, good morning. And tomorrow even, like today I woke up at 9:30, which is normal. Like 9:30 is a normal time. It's even late. Tomorrow we gotta wake up like 6 in the morning.
Oh. Yeah, pretty much. Latest.
6 in the morning, everybody.
After a night of drinking, you should add that.
After the night of drinking with the Fatboss boys, which is fucking amazing. We're gonna meet the Fatboss boys today. Alex and Lost, so I'm very excited about that. So yeah, everybody. First vlog done, I suppose. You wanna say something to the people?
Something to the people.
Something to the people, hype! Good morning, world, and welcome to day 2 of my little vlog. We're in the hotel room. We're inside of Heathrow, London. We stayed here overnight, and last night we met up with the Fatboss boys. Peculia's in the shower, probably wondering why I'm talking to myself right now. Which is fine. Peculia, don't get out. Got a camera. Don't be naked. But it was a shit ton of fun, man. Fatboss boys are a real good laugh. It was really cool. We arrived here. The flight here was easy peasy. We went in 25 minutes early. We were here. We checked in into the Hilton, beautiful hotel. Excuse me. And then we went out for some drinks and a delicious hamburger. And I ordered a second hamburger. And the waitress was like, "Do you really want a second hamburger?" Like, yeah, I want a second hamburger. Do you really want that second hamburger? Oh, hang on. Hang on. We're awake. We're awake. Good morning. Thank you. There's any key. I think that was it. Anywho, she was like, "Do you really want a second hamburger?" Like, yeah, I want a second hamburger. You really want a second hamburger? And in the end, I didn't even end up getting a second hamburger. Either she forgot about me, or either she was taking care of me. She's like, "You're fat enough, you're not getting a second hamburger." I've never had a waitress before that wondered about an order like that. It was fucking amazing. I swear. So right now it's... what time are we living at? It's... don't mind the mess. Well, the thingy just rang. It's 6 o'clock. I can show you on the telly as well. 6 o'clock in the morning. We need to be at the airport at 7:30. Taxi's gonna pick us up at 7:30 at the airport. We're gonna meet up with the Fatboss boys. And then we're gonna go on the very long flight. from Heathrow to LAX, which is like, I keep saying 10 hours, but I've been told that it's like 11 plus. Should be fine. Talk to you when we get there, man. Bye-bye. Hi, everybody. We just got off the airport. They let us into America. Alex is like, no vlog today. So there's not going to be a vlog today.
We've been on the plane for 15 hours or something.
We got like an hour or two delay, and security just takes ages. But we're now in the taxi. We're gonna go to the airport. It's gonna be fine.
We're going to the hotel.
We're not going back to the airport.
Better not go back to the airport. I'll hang myself.
Hello world. We're in Los Angeles. Look at our beautiful view.
It's so late.
Hi everybody.
Hello.
Everyone.
We made it, guys, after like 24 hours of traveling, which felt like 48. Honestly, just ask Luz, he will confirm it. It long as fuck. It was long as fuck indeed. We finally made it. We're in LA. We're in the hotel. We got a very nice room with a nice little balcony. We checked out the convention site where we can pick up tickets, and we got some beers and some food. And did you know that medium pizza is not medium pizza? No. Medium pizza is what they consider here normal pizza or small pizza, but it's actually a large pizza. I swear to God, man. Just don't order the medium pizza. You won't be able to finish it. I'm a big eater, and I was not able to finish it.
I want my picture spliced in. Splice my picture in. Splice my picture in with that. You good? The pizzas are too big.
Can we get that on voice, please?
The pizzas were too big, America. That's all.
We got like a beautiful picture to go with that. I'll put it in the video, no worries.
Jesus fuck.
So in a moment we're gonna unpack my suitcase, and we're gonna go to sleep, and then tomorrow morning we're gonna pick up the tickets, we're gonna meet the people, check out the merchandise store, and then at night it's all before the storm party. We got Calm Before the Storm, the Wowhead party, different parties. Party time, everybody. You got anything to say for closure?
Closure.
The pizzas are too big.
Lesson learned today. The pizzas are just too damn big. Ain't that life for you? You know? You think you order something that you can handle, and then life is like... What are you talking about?
Oh God, this is...
Life lessons of novel. When I was a young man, I had myself a medium pizza. In hindsight, that pizza was far too large to be a medium pizza. Isn't that just life? What? What are you talking about?
You think you know what you want. You think you order it right, but then life is like, fuck you. I'm gonna give you a double dose. That's life for you. That's where I was going, motherfucker. Good morning, world. Paku, you ready for Blizzcon?
Yeah, I am, baby.
That's the lovely sound of Paku in the morning. And this me in the morning, it's like nearly 7 AM. There is construction going on outside. It's as bright as fuck. It looks like it's already like 10 in the morning. Just talking about that. But today's the first day, man. Oh God, I look beautiful today. Anywho, we're gonna grab a shower. Then we're gonna pick up our press passes and check out the merchandise store. And then it's basically waiting for the night. There's a bunch of parties going on tonight. So yeah, getting our freak on, meeting the people. It's gonna be ace, man. So this is what it's like when you walk up to the convention center. And according to Alex and Lasse, it was really, really quiet this morning. Nope. There's a freaking line out there, man. There's a line. Look at all the people. People! And that's just on the outside. Holy shit.
And we walk right past it. Holy shit.
Cool. Fun fact, the camera always starts with a blinding light. Paku, put the thing away. Put the thing away. There we go. Hi Paku!
Hello!
We had to hide the drugs, man. We can't show the drugs in America. So ladies and gentlemen, we just had our first day of pre-BlizzCon thing, and it was fucking awesome. And we woke up real early. What did we do in the morning? We went, like Alex and Los got some breakfast and we shared, and then we went to the shops. Oh yeah, we had to pick up the cards, of course. We went to pick up our
badges.
Our badges. The line was fucking incredible. I probably showed you the footage earlier on. Line was bizarre, man, early morning, like how many people are waiting there. And then, yeah, we moved in. Hang on, do I have like a little thingy that I can hold on to? I do, I think. Lift to open, there we go. Now I can hold on to you guys. There we go, hi. So, you want to be in the shop? You can be in the shop. Want to be in the shop? There you go. So we went there and the line was fucking nuts, but we got the badges, which was fantastic. We checked the merch store, like there are a couple of items that we really want from the merch store, but the lines are nuts. They really are nuts.
I dropped my phone.
Leave it there, leave it there. So after that we went back to the hotel and we got in touch with, oh no, we got like a nice little breakfast with coffee and tea and all that good stuff. It was really nice, like a buffet thingy. And it was real good. Then we got in touch with Kelric and Mac. And they actually came to the hotel room. We chilled some time at the pool. It was fucking amazing. Kelric is amazing and Mac as well. Great time. And then later tonight we went back to Subway for fucking dinner. And I decided to check out if the merch store line died down a bit. I also had like a second ticket which allowed me to pick up another goodie bag, which hopefully I can give away. But the line store at the merch shop was just the same as it was this morning, so hopefully tomorrow it will be a little bit chiller, but I highly doubt it. So either we'll have to bite the bullet at some point and stand in line in the merch shop to actually get some merch.
Or Merc.
Merc. Everybody's walking around with Pepe as well. It's fucking cool. We went by the food trucks that are there. They smell horrible. They smell greasy as fuck, but they also smell really delicious. Everybody got like corn dogs and shit like that. And now we're waiting here. We got like 15 minutes, 30 minutes to go before we go to. First we go to Calm for the Storm, and then we're gonna go to the Huawei party. And that's my phone. I think that's my cue. You got something to say to people before we go?
Hope to see you there. Well, by the time you see this, hope we saw you there.
Hope we saw you there.
Observe the wild nerd in their natural habitat over on the Blizzcon.
Surprising that I'm not smelling smelly smells.
It's a start. Thankfully.
I got that for you.
Look at all the people at Blizzcon.
So many people though, damn.
Quite chilly, isn't it? It's nice.
There are so many people running in right now. Look at all them people. Damn. Look at all them people.
A shot like this, everybody. No, I need to angle it. Hang on, gonna angle it. There we go. Hi everyone, sorry for slur a little bit. That just means that the party was awesome today. And apparently my phone is buzzing like a motherfucker. I'm sorry, I just sent out a bunch of tweets to let people know what was going on. Oh guys, I had the best day today. It was so amazing. I got, you all know how I fangirl over Chris Madsen, right? I got to shake his hand. You all know how I fucking fangirl over Jesse Cox, right? I got to shake his hand. I got to meet Crandor in real life. I got to meet Hardit. I got to meet so many people. Nixium as well. I met Latomi. I met Tia. I've met Bay. I've met Brutal. Alex and Loss, of course, on the trip. I have met Method people. So many amazing people. And not to mention all you guys and girls that tweeted out pictures of us that come up to me like, are you Noble? I'm like, yeah, can we take a picture? I'm like, fuck yeah, that's why I'm here, man. And you might also hear that my voice is going from high to low. Like I said, the curse party was off the hook. It was, oh guys. Oh, I'm actually earlier back at my hotel than the rest of my party. like Peculia, Alex and Loss and whatnot. Because I just knew that if I don't go now, if I don't go to bed on time, I'm gonna be fucking worthless tomorrow morning. And I was already pretty worthless this morning. But thankfully I got myself together after the Dr. Pepper and a slice of pizza. But I need to give my voice a little bit of rest, so hopefully after some water and some food in, because I had like 4 bites of pizza today and Subway footlong. That was like food for today. So you know how that goes. But guys, honestly, I was walking back to the hotel and I thought to myself, if I could make this trip every year, I would. I haven't even talked about the panels yet. Hang on. If I could make this trip every year, I would. It's just that it cost me like $3,000 in total, if not more. And yeah, this is a lot of money, to be honest. I didn't talk about the whole Blizzcon experience as well. Today we did the whole, this was BlizzCon day 1. We did the whole opening ceremony. And if you're going to BlizzCon for information, I would recommend just to stay home. To be honest, it's we did the whole opening ceremony and was this guy in front of me with a camera, and then some other guy with like a shoulder camera that stood in front of the shop. And even though we had like press passes, like we could cut lines, there was a stampede. I'm not joking, I recorded this. There was a stampede, there were guys fighting over reserved seats. It was freaking nuts. And then the panel itself there, like you can see the people there, which is awesome. Honestly, it's really incredible. But BlizzCon is more about meeting people that you know online, meeting guildies, meeting developers, meeting everybody at Blizzard, meeting people like myself and everybody else in the community. It's like mix and mingle. That's what BlizzCon is more about. And the information from the panels, if that's your main goal, I just recommend to get your virtual ticket, sit your ass down on your nice comfy PC chair and just get that information. So we did the whole introduction panel, we went quickly outside, then we came back again and the media area cleared up, and at that point I was like sitting behind Krendor, so I tweeted Krendor like, I love looking at the back of your head, man. So at the end of the panel he like turned around, we got the meet and greet, it was awesome. He's as brilliant as he is on Skype and in real life as he is in real life, which is on Skype and on the internet as he is in real life, so that's really, really cool. That's always nice to find out. Really nice guy as well. So we did those panels, then we decided to wander around a bit, but my feet are fucking killing me. Like my thighs are red from the walking. You gotta understand, man, I sit on my ass all day, like for a full year. Working, like I just sit on my ass, and now to suddenly walk that much, it really takes a toll on the body, or whatever. We've seen amazing cosplay. We got this Deadpool guy that was standing up front with the Jesus guys. It was just, oh, we ran into Chaotic a couple of times. Also Chaotic is just amazing as well, with Mac, purely as she is. I've met so many people that I really feel bad to call out names, but these just come to the top of my head. I've met so many wonderful people. And I got like a rash on my head. I don't know how that happened. But I got like some sort of rash on my head. I don't know why. Looks cool though. I hope it's cleared up tomorrow, otherwise I'll be in trouble. Anyway, or maybe it's just burned skin. That's also a possibility. Like it's really picking up as well. I don't know what happened there. I'll check it out in a moment. Oh well. So after that panel, we decided to wander around the con a little bit. It was crowded, a lot of people, a little bit overwhelming. So at some point we decided to take a break. We went for pizza and back to the hotel. We went for pizza, we went for drinks, back to the con, and at that point we decided to check out the media area where you can like try the beta. And we got to play the Demon Hunter area experience, which was really, really cool. And after that we went to see if the merchandise shop, like the line died down. It did not. So that's a bit of a shame. And then we went to the party. So yeah, everybody, I think I've been talking on for long enough. I'm gonna enjoy some food. I'm gonna enjoy a nice little beer and some quiet time, and I'm gonna head off to bed. And I really hope that rash clears up, because holy shit. Oh well. Until next time, guys. See ya.